Welcome to the first of the Get More Clients from Your Content Summit series on the Win the Content game. For the next period of time, I'm going to be showcasing the expert speakers on the various topics that they're going to be covering at the Get More Clients from Your Content Summit. The summit itself is going to cover three main things. 1, creating content that sells. 2, growing your audience. And 3, leading that audience to buy from you. And in today's episode, we're going to be speaking to Chris Williams, the founder of Group Coach Nation, about how to create an offer that truly converts. Because you may have all of this amazing content, but if you don't have an offer that will actually convert at the back of it, then all that content you're creating may be going to waste. So this is what Chris is going to cover. He's going to cover how to identify what your market actually wants to buy. He's going to cover the components of what he calls a minimum viable offer, MVO, that maximizes profitability and impact. And he's going to cover strategies to overcome external and internal barriers to success for your ideal clients. So let me tell you, this is one that you are going to want to take notes on. So get your notebooks ready. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, then don't forget to come back and watch the YouTube version so you can actually see Chris's scribbles as he goes along, as he talks you through his strategy. My name is Deidre Shen. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Capshow, the fastest way to create content designed to get you leads. And this is Win the Content Game. Chris Williams, welcome to the Get More Clients from Your Content Summit. How are you doing?
I'm so stoked. I'm doing great. This is a fun day for me. I just love being here.
I know. And I am so pumped about this session because what you're going to be doing and why everyone needs to be listening to this is because if you do not have an offer that actually converts, you cannot make money. Like that is actually the truth. It's fact, right? Is there any denying that, Chris?
No, I've heard that before. I've heard that if people don't swipe their credit cards, then you haven't actually got anything going. So yeah. Let's do that.
Okay, cool. All right, awesome. So I am going to hand it over to you, Chris, because I just want to get straight into this. We are going to go through a few key really important factors that you're going to actually take us through in detail around how we actually, in short, create an offer that converts. So over to you, please.
Okay. There are 2 halves to this conversation, and let's have the first one first, if that's okay. That's the way it should go. So the first half of this conversation to creating an offer that actually converts, and this is not a mystery to anybody, but figuring out how to do it is so difficult. It's all about figuring out who is that market and what do they actually want to buy, okay? That is number 1. Like, what are they actually buying that they care about, not you, them? And then the second half is, okay, what is that offer actually going to look like? How are you going to position it? Like, how are you going to deliver it? Making sure that is what I want to call a minimum viable offer. You've heard that term before, an MVO, where it's highly profitable for you, takes the least amount of your time and effort and cost, and is highly transformative as simply as possible for them. That's a minimum viable offer. But first, we got to figure out what in the world these people want and need so that we can create an offer off the back of that. So let's get a whiteboard up here and let me draw a few things out for you. And let's dive right into this because this is critical. This doesn't matter, by the way, if you're selling, our company is Group Coach Nation. So we teach a lot of people how to scale coaching companies and masterminds. It doesn't matter if you're selling something scalable, if you're selling one-on-one done for you services, whatever the case may be. This is about you knowing your market. Everything you've purchased in the past year, look at your Amazon account, look at your credit card. Those people have figured out your needs and wants. We're going to call those the 3 Ds, the dreams, drains, and doubts. Then they created an offer for you and it was compelling enough for you to buy it. I want you to be in the position where you know your offer is going to sell and it will like theirs. Okay, 3 Ds, dreams, drains, and doubts. Let me just write these down here, okay? Let's see if I can get a pen up here so it actually writes. There we go. Okay, well, come on now, pen. There we are. Y'all see that? Yeah. Dreams. My writing is atrocious. If
Mine is too.
Learn how to spell, you can't go one place. Yeah.
Every time I'm writing, I'm like, please forgive me. This is not going to be pretty.
Yeah, for real. All right. Here's the exercise I want you to go through. Now, let's say that you are your market. You are the market right now. For this example, I'll teach you how to transition to the next market in a second, the one you want to actually sell to. You might be the market you want to sell to anyway. That's really common, by the way. If you're like, yeah, I'm selling a solution that I figured out because I used to be like them, that's totally cool. It's going to make so much sense to you. If you're like, it wasn't me, but I know who they are. Okay, just play the game for a second where you are the market. So without thinking marketing, get away from your podcast, get away from your funnels, your emails, your websites, get away from all that for a second. Just keep it simple. What are your dreams right now? Pick an aspect of your life that's not what you want it to be. Is it relationships, money, your business, how you train your pet? My dog Goose is laying here in the studio with me today. How do you like kid relationships? I don't know. Retirement's coming up. What is the thing for you that you have a dream about? You know what you want, but it's not quite there yet. And it's just not happening for you. Write that dream down. I'm going to put here, just for kicks, let's say we're entrepreneurs, and I'm going to put money. All right. I'm going to list 3 dreams out here. Money's one. As an entrepreneur, all of us, we want more free time. As an entrepreneur, all of us, universal, we want clarity. Okay, clarity. There we go. See, I told you my handwriting is awesome. So I got 3 dreams here: money, time, and clarity. What are yours? If you need to pause this or come back to this later or whatever, or just write them down really quick. Don't overthink this. In fact, I wouldn't encourage you to pause it. Write them down. Pick an area of your life. Is it personal health, relationships, finances, business, whatever?
And Chris, how detailed does this part have to be? Because what you've got there, which is money, time, clarity, they seem to be relatively general, like relatively high level. That's okay, right? Yeah.
Totally okay. If you're like, I want to pay down $15,000 in debt in 18 months, and I want to do that first with this credit card, then this credit card, and then no, you want more money. What you do with it is your business, right? Okay. So keep super simple, top line stuff. No big deal here. Okay. Write it down. I'm assuming you all got one written down. If you don't have 3 and you have 2 written down, yay you. If you only got 1 written down, awesome. Do the work here to get the results. I'm not wasting your time here. If you're here to waste time, just stop watching. If you're here to actually create an offer that works for you, write it down. Okay. Number 2, Netflix is for fun. This is not fun. This is going to be real work. So write the stuff down. All right. Next, the drains. All right. Drains and doubts. Let's talk about what those are real quick. Drains are external issues. All right. Doubts are internal issues. Let me explain. The drains that keep someone from accomplishing their dream. The reason, as an entrepreneur, we need more clarity, time, or money, just as an example. The reason that happens is because there's something out there in the world or in me that's keeping me from getting more money, more time, and more clarity. Because you all see the entrepreneurs who have, in your perspective, more money, more time, and more clarity. What's different about your situation? You know what you want. You know it's possible because others have it. Why not you? So I want you to write down 3 external issues, drains, that keep you from having more money, more time, and more clarity. Super simple stuff here. Again, if it's physical fitness, if it's health, relationships, whatever it is for you, write down the things for you. So for me, just in my example here, the external stuff, here's another way to think of it. What can I blame, or typically do blame, something else or someone else for keeping me from my dream? Okay. So an external drain for money. Oh, this is a good one, right? Here we are. It's the economy. Yep. It could be politics.
And are we doing 3 per dream?
3 drains.
3 drains per
3 dreams that I want. Yep.
Per dream, or 1 drain per dream?
No, they don't. Okay, good question. Do they have to line up? No, they don't have to line up. Think just generally here. What are 3 things you can blame the world around you on, or somebody else, for keeping you from having the time, money, and clarity you need? It could be, I'm just going to put a personal one here, not personal to me, personal to whoever, your partner, either your life romantic partner or your business partner. Maybe the other one's wasting your time, keeping you from actually achieving what you want to achieve, right? There's so much feeling around this, but I could do better if that person wasn't holding me back. Okay. I'm not trying to break anybody up here. Go see your therapist. Here's what I am trying to do. I'm trying to get you to be really honest, because what matters is that you accomplish your dream. Remember, don't think about your market, think about you. You got to freaking accomplish this dream. A reason to find out if you really want this dream, which is a whole nother exercise, is you could say why. That's Simon Sinek's big YouTube video that we've all watched, like the circles go into why. We've all seen it a million times. That is such an important question. If there's not a compelling why you want this dream, then you shouldn't be pursuing it. Go pick a different dream in your life. But if there is a compelling why, then those reasons are going to be meaningful. And these drains are going to be things that you're like, yeah, that's crappy. That's actually keeping me from achieving this. Okay, write this down right now. 2 or 3 of them. If you only got 1 or 2 right now, that's okay. I'm going to keep moving. You'll think of more as you go along, I promise. Now, let's talk about doubts. This is the internal stuff. This is the stuff that you worried about at 2 a.m. This is the stuff that you're scared to tell your friends over drinks what's really going on. This is the stuff that you like hem-haw around in your therapy sessions, and you're like, look, I'm really embarrassed to tell you this, but this is actually why I can't do this. Like, this is that stuff. I want to know. You write them down. What are the internal things keeping you from reaching your dream? Is it fear? Do you watch the Disney movie like I do and think, oh my gosh, yes, I can? And then the next day you wake up and you're like, there's no freaking way. Is it something internal like you don't think you're good enough?
Breaking this episode with a newsflash. Did you know that you can now join the waitlist for the Get More Clients from Your Content Summit happening on November 18? All you have to do is go to capsho.com/summit and join the waitlist now. You've just been hearing from Chris Williams drop the value bombs, and he and 30 others have even more to drop. In fact, here's what he had to say about the summit.
Hey, I'm Chris Williams at Group Coach Nation. Now, I've been to a lot of summits, spoken at a lot of summits. Haven't we all? You get the drill. But there's not many summits that actually show you the business model that works. This is why I'm excited about this summit. At Group Coach Nation, we're all about scalability and figuring out coaching programs and offers and all the stuff we have to do as entrepreneurs to actually make something happen. If you're in a place where you have real experts showing you the real nuts and bolts of how to get leads, how to get offers sorted out, how to make those offers turn into something you don't deliver on, that's the business model. You can't have any of it working if all of those pieces aren't working. And that's this summit. That's important. This is worth taking notes on. There's enough stuff going on in this summit. I know who's going to be speaking in there. There's enough stuff going on in this summit that you could actually take the notes from these people. And if you do what they say to do, it will work for you. That's super important. It's not about, hey, also go read my book, or hey, also go download this one thing. It's about doing what you learn and taking action on that today. I'm excited about that. That's real. No reason to read 10 books when there's one sitting right in front of you that has the step-by-step to work and get results. See you there.
Yep, we'll see you there. Just head to capsho.com/summit and join the waitlist right now. That's capsho.com/summit.
Some people call that imposter syndrome. You don't think you're good enough? That's real. By the way, that's real for me. I don't know why it is, but it is.
I think it's real for a lot of us.
I know. Isn't it sad? Like, that's humans. We're all so freaking awesome. And that is such a common trait. Like, no, we're not. Or everybody but me is awesome, right? Yeah. And the person you're not voting for, right? That's not an awesome person, and I'm not an awesome person, but everybody else is awesome. So there's 2 suckers in the world, and it's me and that person, right? Yeah. We compare ourselves to the worst people we know. Okay. So what are the internal things that are keeping you, that's your fault? I'm going to just put knowledge here. These might be the same for you. These are really common ones I hear all the time. That's why I'm writing them down. But what is it for you? When I say fear, I'm going to dive deeper in that one. Fear of what? Like, let's list out some fears just so you can have some examples. Is it fear of failure? Fear of failure isn't typically the fear of what happens, like functionally if I fail. It might be that you lose your house. Sure, that's failure. or a relationship. It's often, though, something like, I'm fearful of what other people will think about me if I fail. Who the fuck cares? Like, sorry, is this a family show? Who cares? Like, ultimately, you got a dream, and if you have a why, then we got to figure out what externally and what internally is keeping you from that. If we can figure those two things out and fix them, you will have your dream. Okay? You should just have a light bulb going off like, oh my gosh, if that's what I'm supposed to offer somebody, I got an idea. Great. We're going to get into that again in a second, the MVO part, the minimum viable offer part. So right now, on a piece of paper, your iPad, whatever you're using, you should have, I love doing this on a Word document or a chart, so much easier. You should have why you want that. What does that dream mean to you? I want more money, more time, more clarity, healthier lifestyle, better relationships, a retirement that I can actually breathe and relax in. I don't want to have to check my bank account every single day on the banking app anymore. Like, what is the dream? Okay. Then you have a list of drains. The first ones are the external drains, right? Those things that are outside of us. Here's the reasons that I think the outside world or other people have hindered me from getting there. Now, I'm not a big person for excuses, so I often have a hard time. That's just personality, not right or wrong. I often have a hard time because I want to blame myself. Well, I should still be able to. Other people have overcome harder things than this. Why can't I? Okay, if that's you, I get it. But truly, you know that sometimes it's just like, but the buyers just aren't in the mode of buying right now or whatever. Like sometimes you struggle with that. I get it. And you should have a list, 3 little things of doubts. What are the things that are wrong with you? Right or wrong about that? What do you think is wrong with you? What do you think has to be better about you? What do you have to overcome? What's keeping you from getting where you want to get with this dream? So far, so good?
Yeah, this is making
Okay.
it's like you're actually hitting really hard. I'm like listening to this going, oh my gosh, I need to I need to fix this stuff.
We have a link for BetterHelp down below. Today's sponsor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Chris, this is great. Keep going.
Okay. All right, cool. So look at this list real quick of mine. Here's what I want you to do. I'm just going to move this screen just a little bit so you can see a little more here. So let me shrink this down and push it over just a bit. Okay. Now, what's going to happen here is we have to do something with these dreams, drains, and doubts. Really straightforward. Here's what I want you to write down. I'm just going to, for instance, I'm just going to give you an idea here. I'm going to put 3 lines up here next to dreams, 3 lines up here next to drains, and 3 lines down here next to doubts. Okay. You do this however you want to express this on your document. Now, I'm going to scoot up here and zoom in a little bit so you can actually see me right on the whiteboard. So I'm just going to scoot in here to this top 3 lines. What goes in your top 3 lines is up to you. But remember, I have over here in the dream section that my dream, remember, you're doing this for you, not your market. Keep going for you. My dream is to have more money, more time, and more clarity as an entrepreneur. Okay. When I'm over here and I'm going to convert this to an offer for myself, the offer I'm going to buy in this example has to talk about, you're going to love this. This is super simple. More money, more time, and more clarity. That's it. More. Okay. Look at that. That is the first third of your new offer. Here's a big secret that people miss all the time. People who want to know what your offer is all about and what you're all about, they don't care about how much you know. People don't care how much you know, they care how much you care, right? Is that an easy one to pull up? It's real. You saying what you need back in this situation, you or your market, or what your market needs back in their own words. Oh, so you want to figure out how to create more income, more money, have more free time, and have more clarity in what you're doing. That's what you're trying to accomplish. As silly as it sounds, in any landing page, any offer, any sales pitch, whatever, if you literally repeat what they said and don't talk for paragraphs about it, just repeat what they said and say, is that what you're saying? Did I hear that right? They will nod their head and say yes. And they probably, like half the time, they will start saying why. If they don't say why, say why. And let them write down why, or not write down, but let them mentally mark it. Well, because I got, like, for me personally, I have 5 kids. Jill and I have 5 kids, right? They're all in college except for one. She's in high school. You know how much money blows through this household? Oh my gosh, right? Right now, my problem is I have time. They're all out and about. I'm almost an empty nester. I'm actually, Chris Williams personally, today actively looking and talking to other people about clarity. Like, what does this next stage of my life look like, where I've got 20 plus years of a career that I want to play with, but I don't have kids at home? My life's changing rapidly. Like, if I told you why, that's why for me. That's my why. Those things mean something to me. That's what I think about all the time. So you got to figure out the why. So when you're making an offer, we're about to get to our minimum viable offer here in a second. When you make an offer, the first thing you want to do is, if it's in an email, if it's in a landing page, if it's in a social media post or on a phone call or a Zoom call or whatever, you want to make sure that you're actually repeating what they want in their dream. And if they don't say it on their own, ask them why. I'll give you a quick example, and I'm going to move to the next section. On a Zoom call sales process, that's super simple. Why? Here's what I just heard you say. Is that what you're saying? They say yes. If they don't say why, ask them, why is that? Tell me more. What's actually going on behind all that? In an email, you could have an email sequence going out, and you could start pinpointing, I know these are the things that people keep saying they're trying to accomplish. It seems like a big deal. People aren't getting to it. Is this about you? Are you trying to accomplish these same things? And if so, why? These emails are private. Send me a message back. Why? Ask them. Ask them in a social media post. Look, if you don't feel comfortable answering this post right here, send me a DM. Why is that important to you? What have you tried that's not working? Say, I'm putting together a research project and actually produce something. I'm asking like 100 people, we're getting 100 people to answer this question. Here's what we're all trying to accomplish: money, time, clarity. What's worked and what's not worked for you so far? If you're going to give one answer, you have to give both: what's worked and what has not worked so far. Ask them, and then they're going to say, here's what I tried, here's what worked, here's what hadn't worked. And then you're going to say, why are you trying? Then all of a sudden you're in a conversation. Once you're in that conversation, you're off to the races. You now have an opportunity and an audience to get to what you're actually trying to get to. Okay, I'm going to stop right there for a second, because I want you to just make sure you've got that. Okay, if I was live with you and we were like doing this where I could like talk to you and you were able to drop chats, and we were like right here together, and all of our, like me and Deidre are, I would ask you why. But I've already given you my why for these questions, but I would ask you that. Okay. The one more thing I want to show you before we get into creating an offer that will actually sell, a minimum viable offer that will make you money, is you got one more piece of homework to do before we go there, and then we can fill in the blanks for that. Okay. The next piece of homework right here on the screen. I say one more, it's 2 more. We got to fill in these other 6 blanks here. Super straightforward and easy. Remember, we have our dreams, dreams, doubts. So we just did a little more of like, oh, here's my dreams. Part of my offer is going to be, this is going to get you more money, more time, more clarity. Okay. That's what the deliverable is going to be. That's the outcome, the end goal, the dream, whatever. And then drains, external and internal. I need to write down something that I can do, that I know about, an expert I'm part of, an expert mastermind group or whatever that could help address this. So I got to get them more time, more money, and more clarity. They're worried about the economy, politics, and their partner. That's the big 3 things, right? In your case, it is. My case, this example, whatever. What are the big 3 things that you've written down? Right over there in the blank, something that will help you calm down and overcome the external drain of the economy. Okay. For me, if I was worried about the economy, which I'm currently not, if I was worried about the economy, I would want to hear from an economist, some expert, a speaker, right? Um, There you go. That first one's an S. Yep, you bet it. Oh my gosh, it's getting worse and worse as I go. All right. Y'all are going to like laugh at me. You can post all this on social. Chris can't spell. Okay. So that's what I would do. If I was like worried about politics, I would want somebody who could come in and say, look, here's the actual trends of the past 50 years, how people vote, don't vote, who gets in power, who doesn't get in power. And here's how it actually impacts the market, just so I could calm down. So I'd probably want another expert. If that would help me calm down if that was my worry, right? And I would want like a long view of what's actually going on, so I could relax a little bit, right? If you actually see the long view, you'll realize it matters who you vote for. It really does. Please go out and vote anytime there's an election. But those things in the long game don't matter as much as we think they do. It's just a lot of media cycle, right? Okay. And then partner. Let's say there's partner issues, and I'm like, okay, if I don't know how to solve this problem, I'm going to want somebody who's dealt a lot with business partnerships or personal partnerships or something like that to actually teach how to overcome that. So dealing with partners, this would be training, whatever. I'm just jotting down. Don't get detailed. Don't say, well, we're going to have a partner discussion and it's going to have 12 steps and there's going to be 3 videos in each step and we're going to have worksheets. Like, don't go there yet. There's no reason to go there. That's going to ruin your offer, I promise. You're just going to have to teach somebody how to deal with their partnerships. That's it. Training. Okay. Same thing. I'm going to move down here to debts and internal, and then Deidre, ask any questions you have before we get to this minimum viable offer thing. Doubts, internal, fear stuff. Fear is mindset. I got to get some mindset stuff going on. Same here with the not good enough. Knowledge, learn. Okay. Simple things. If I'm going to help somebody with fear or they're not good enough, I've got to deal with their mindset. Okay. That is just straight up what that is. If I've got somebody who's like, I don't have enough knowledge, that's my problem, that's my internal issue, I wish I could, I got to show somebody, here's the answers to the knowledge you need, or here's how you go learn. Maybe you're trying to create something new for your market and you don't know what to do. Here's how to go actually learn what to do. Here's how to shortcut that process. Here's how to get to the end of that knowledge base without having to go become a PhD and spend the next 4 years learning and actually be able to take an offer to market today, even though you might not actually know what to do. But the answer is, I got to teach them how to learn. If you don't know what to do after that, it's okay. We'll get there in our MVO, minimum viable offer, in a second. So summary here. Here we are with your piece of paper or document, however you've done this. We have our dreams, drains, and doubts that we have. Dreams, what do you want? Drains, your external stuff that's keeping you from it. Doubts, your internal stuff that's keeping you from it. And then we've written down a few what those dreams, drains, and doubts really are, right? The why is your real dream. That's what it really is. And in your external, internal stuff, we've listed down some things that like, here's the external stuff that could be my drain or could be my doubt. That's important. And then over here in the blanks that we've written down, we've simply copied our dreams straight over. So that's the dreams. Dreams will repeat to our clients, or if somebody was selling to us, they would repeat to us. And then in our blanks there, we filled in, here's a simple solution to overcome the drain or the doubts. Training, an expert teaching, some sort of software package, a template, something you could create, whatever it is, just something simple. Don't overthink it. Just what would overcome or fix that drain or doubt.
Wow, what a session. Oh my gosh. Chris just gave us an absolute masterclass in creating offers that convert. And if you've been taking notes, you now have a completely clear roadmap to crafting an offer that speaks directly to your market's needs while ensuring that it's profitable and sustainable for you. Remember, the key is to understand your audience's dreams, drains, and doubts. Yes, so get those right and you are halfway there. And if you want even more of this goodness on learning about not only creating an offer that converts, but the content too, and growing your audience to actually buy from you, then you'll want to join us at the Get More Clients from Your Content Summit. You can register at capshow.com/summit. My name is Deidre Shen. As always, stay intelligently lazy.